Gentlemen, welcome today to the official VBC Build Season 1 Valorant tournament, and we're going to be beginning the lower bracket finals matchup in a few moments. As soon as all the players are ready, we can see the map picks are already in screen, and the matches, of course, LRX versus Exceeli, best of three series. The winner is going to the upper bracket finals to take on
The
Insurgent
grand finals,
eSports.
actually,
The
Kirito.
grand finals, sorry, the grand finals. Apologies there. Yeah, the winner will go to the grand finals to take on Insurgent eSports, and I'm pretty sure both of these teams are going to give it 110% because apparently Exceeli and LRX. What else is there to say? I mean, these two are longtime rivals. So before we go into the match, I'm Kirito. Alongside me is my co-caster Cresto. Cresto, how are we doing?
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing wonderful in this lovely weather of Bangladesh. Well, that's why we had to delay the game, but at least we are here with the quality content and the rivalry of the dawn of Valorant, if I might, because LRX and Exceeli, you did mention it is very self-explanatory, but aside that, these guys are the titans of the room. So I'm definitely gonna be fine, and I'm gonna be really pumped for this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you guys are not an exception here. And you did already see the map picks coming down, and the first map of the day is going to be on Bind. Do note, ladies and gentlemen, this is the losers bracket grand finals. And as Kirito mentioned, the winner goes to the grand finals, and we already have one of our finalists. Tonight, we find the second one, and I'm pretty sure Exili, they're going to give. I mean, both of the teams are going to be giving their most pressure out of this because they want to fight against Insurgent Esports, especially Exili because they did lost yesterday against Insurgent Esports, and definitely they're really not very happy about it. And Bind being the pick of Exili and they are being on attacking side, well, definitely we are going to be having a lot of show, but I wouldn't be counting LRX out of the competition yet. Well, the game itself has just started, so me saying that is kind of ironic as well. But as I was saying, LRX and Exili, they are really good on this map in general. But aside that, this matchup is gonna be really pumped up, and we're gonna be heading the first place round, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna this matchup itself is gonna be best of three. Bind is the first map. Let's see which map. I actually forgot the second map. I believe it was split, as
It
far
is
as I can tell.
Saban
Oh
and LRX have been picking that map.
yeah,
This map is actually Exili's pick, and as we are going into the first round, you can keep your eyes on the agent selection again. We don't see. Wait one sec. Yeah, there is a Brimstone for the side of Exili. They are opting to go
Boomer.
for that instant of the Astra, where LRX are going to be playing the Astra with Ascension. Immediately, a lot of action coming into that B-long area. Trades are there. It's going to be Exili coming out with a man advantage. 3 versus 4 scenario. Xeno's going to be taking on Yushki, who's going to be playing the Sova at Envious. In a really good position, but that is going to be cleared. Not in time. Those missile will be taken out with a singular right click from Envious. But look at Fancy. He's already taken control of this A side. The falling of that Astra, she's all the way on the other side, will disable all those utilities and allowing Fancy to actually push through. But the Sheriff, he won't connect the shot. He will be tapped instead. Lost 30 HP down to 70. As the rest of the players from Exceeli are joining him on that A side. 3 versus 3 scenarios. The bomb plan is going to go down. We're going to try and play for the retake. Envious with the better weapon in the close range, just spamming away into the head of Fancy. 3 versus 2, and the Raze is low on HP. Kyojin, he's so
Oh
low.
no! That just happened, Kirito. That
I guess,
just
I guess,
happened.
I guess his arms a little cold. He just needs to warm up. It's okay, but we are gonna see first round going in favor of LRX. 1-0 is gonna be the scoreline, and they're gonna have the weapons advantage, allowing them to go for the Spectres or the sort of the bonus weapons in the second round. So let's see what's gonna happen.
I don't want to sound judgmental, Kirito, but as a sentinel, it's a duty of Fancy Knight to hold on to the flank. So let's say put some utility so that even if there is any flanks coming down, you'll have the information beforehand. Fancy Nine, yeah, he is feeling confident. He's a very gifted player, and that's why he did win for that Sheriff on the very first round. And eventually, that did not go as it was planned. And aside that, he didn't play the turrets, and that's why Xeno did fall. And I guess that was kind of a communication gap coming from the side of Exili. So very unfortunate, but I think they will be able to make up to it because they are a team who can bring themselves back and pick themselves up from the dead. So I really wouldn't be surprised. But now they will be going for an eco. Well, that is kind of unusual because they usually goes for the force buy on the second round. But I think this time around they are understanding if they are putting too much pressures on this game, LRX will be able to take it away very, very precisely. And speaking of precisiveness, we did see the first blood popping out on the sky, and that is going to be one of the initiators of the board. They do have the Sova to work with though, but they will have to make the recon balls count. Xeno, however, is going to be getting an equalizer for his team, but he is very low on HP. We will be seeing Fansinan trying to get a kill onto Ascension from the shower area, but will not find that much of a success.
Right there.
And eventually, all of the players of LRX are really playing it passive. They're not going aggressive, even though they know the players of Exceeli are not having the arsenal advantage, but still they are not exaggerating it. And now Kyojin is going to be able to secure a very clean hit shot onto Red here. Well, unfortunately, the Jet missed the shot with that Sheriff, and now NVS is going to be backing him up with his own Sheriff, and he will find a clean hit shot of himself as well. And now he's looking for more. There is a raise right in front of him, and he might be able to find. There is a grenade popping out, which will be painting him with everything. But no, he's going to be able to find more, and he's looking for more. He's going to be picking up a 4K. He's looking for the ace. Fancy and is low on HP. He will have to evade that, but NVS, he is hungry, and he's looking for it. But there is Fancy who will say nope. No ace for you now. It's all up to Ascension, but Ascension has full HP and an automatic gun. Fancy might not be able to pull this off, but he just might go for the swing, and eventually he will. Nice timing, but unfortunately just couldn't connect the shot, and Ascension is gonna be able to pull this off. Nice eco from the side of Exceeli. However, they did trade 4Ks on that round, and aside that they went for the spike plan, I must admit, despite of that round going in favor of LRX, Exceeli had a very good round. 2-0 is the scoreline, but Exceeli is really not too far away, as they're gonna be going for the their own buy rounds here. LRX will have to watch their back this time around.
NVS, what was that round coming out of him with a share? 4 kills to his name, and absolutely great performance. I think he saw last round, he saw Fancy in that close range with the sheriff, and he's like, let me show you how it's done, Fancy. He just got a casual 4K and brought the round to his team there. But going into the next one, it's going to be difficult for the set of LRX. So obviously, it's a buy round for Exceeli. They have those full automatic rifles, ARs in their hands. LRX, they have a bit of a mixed buy because this is a bit of their bonus round. A Marshall for Red as well. A couple of pistols for Drifter and Yushki Chushki. And one singular AR for NVS, who is holding this B-side from behind. The Trailbreaker is going to come out from mid-side. Information is there for these players. Yushki Chushki is actually going to win that fight against Zeno. He had the better weapon, but still he lost the fight. Hermione is going to take out Yushki Chushki. But the trade out there. NVS, he's beating himself today. Another double kill is coming, spamming through the smoke, pulling out the Empress. Third round into the game.
Oh my god!
What? Oh. He's coming through the wall and getting this side. I think he shot at its speed. But he's gonna get the kill, and a triple kill for NVS that round. This guy is on a different level today.
Definitely on a different level, Kirito. It was not even a buy round for the players of LRX, because from the previous round, despite of winning that, their economy was so broken that they couldn't afford to buy. But despite of that, Exceeli's strategy just fell apart in a matter of seconds. We did see the first blood coming out, and eventually the Sova was traded out, but suddenly the Reina just popped out the Empress, and she became the absolute Empress she is. NVS is going to be making sure that everybody envies him in general, and 3-0 lead in favor of LRX. Exceeli, they didn't have a very good start, but eventually they did take a very good eco here, but their buy rounds are really not going as they are planned, and eventually they are going to be going for aggressive plays this time, and I think they will be able to find some success. But what the hell just happened here? What? Kirito, I think I'm sleeping. Kirito, I think I'm sleeping. I want you to pinch me, and pinch me so hard that I wake up. What was that round? That was a flawless round from the side of LRX, and suddenly, through the smoke, the players of Exceeli just walked in, and I don't know. I think I'm sleeping. Kirito, can you give me some time? I think I need some coffee for that.
Well, anyways, but one thing I want to point out, this is kind of normal for Exceeli though. They like to give away these first rounds to maybe, I don't know, maybe to observe your opponents, maybe to actually
give them motivation to overconfidence.
Give them some confidence. You know, you gotta give something to your opponents to actually break them, right? So that's a kind of a strat they might be going for. Who knows? But I mean, it's still a little bit too early to tell, but they have a good start. LRX, their fragging is good, the strats are good. NVS is just too good now, but this crossfire from LRX, Yushki is, actually not tag him at all. Yushki is on top of the box, but I think he is spotted by Kyojin. Going for the peak. That shot will connect. Red is the only one alive, and now the second one from Kyojin. This man is now gonna show the players how to play that Vandal. Fancy with a follow-up onto the B-long, and the B side is completely opened up. And the bomb plant is gonna go down from the hands of Zeno, who is better known as Lunatic. But we're gonna see Missile not gonna get the second frag onto Drifter, who's actually gonna get the first trade for his team. 4 versus 2 scenario. They have the lockdown if they wanna actually go for this, which I feel like they can. They do have a pretty decent economy. Maybe deny them this first round as Hermione takes on Ascension. A push coming in from Drifter to the smoke, but Hermione gets one and gets the second to finish the round off. 4-1's the scoreline, and finally Exceeli are back in this.
Exceeli finally had a very good start, and I actually forgot the round before the previous round. It was an eco, so definitely that was planned all along, Kirito. I took a moment there, but 4-1 being the scoreline, Exceeli is starting to show up some elements of life. So the game itself might be starting from here on out because 4-1 being the scoreline, both sides gonna be having the full buys here with Red going for that operator. Well, things might get very messy and bloody here, and Exceeli, they're definitely gonna be showing up how they are gonna be, putting their dominance over LRX, but they will have to make sure that LRX are also caught off guard because otherwise they might have a very hard time getting rid of that. But eventually, the players of Exceeli are gonna be stacking up on the side of B. So I guess this is gonna be NB execution, but might be a fake as well. We do see the 100 streak popping out, and there is gonna be the Seekers as well. So many ultimates. Harmony gets the first, but there is gonna be the trade-off from Red onto Missile. So good start from the side of I must admit from the side of Exceeli, but LRX is gonna be there to maneuver very precisely, and there is gonna be the orbital strike, which will force Red to force back. But there is gonna be so many utilities being popped out from Exceeli, as they have a lot of ultimates to work with as well. It's all up to Ascension now. Ascension will have to ascend to make sure that he is gonna be having some rounds for his teammate, but eventually he will try to spray some bullets through the side of Hermione, but Hermione is not gonna be missing his shot right there, and he will get a 4K. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the reason he got that 4K because of that skin he has. And if you won, well, definitely, Kirito, you cannot argue with me. Well, actually, nobody can, because skins definitely gives you skills, and if you want some skins for yourself, why not check out our sponsors at Ravenclaw eShop and get some spicy Valorant points for yourself. Well, obviously for the cheapest price, and get some skin for yourself. Trust me, your immortal match is just a matter of time.
Well, definitely that is a good option for you if you want to go for those skins, because obviously the Sentinel of Light is a really cool skin. That definitely gave some powers to the side of Hermione, but we do still have LRX who are not that behind. I mean, they are ahead. What am I saying? They're not behind, but Exceeli though, they still have a tall task if they are to be able to tie things up over here. 4-2 the scoreline, and there's a lot of ultimates available for LRX. Really good for side denial, side entry denial,
Smoke.
and also retakes. And yeah, that's really good smokes coming out. Red making his operator known again. The 100 Sphere is being popped from the side of Jushki. He will be not tagging Kyojin, and the push is coming in. He's now caught in a really difficult place. MVS let go of that A short area, and the lockdown's right in front of them. Are they gonna try and commit this? Oh, we're gonna see the rocket being popped. So much is happening as Fancy gets a frag with his boss somehow. Ascension with a triple kill. No! He is caught in the lockdown. He will be taken out by the nade as Drifter gets a frag onto Kyojin. 2 versus 1 scenario. The operator and Phantom taking down, and for one player, the ult is coming out. Missile will land the shot onto Red. The flash is gonna come in. It was a fake. Missile playing it to down. I mean, playing it with brilliance there. Using the flash, but it was a fake flash. It almost threw Drifter off guard. He was looking away, and that's when Missile went for the peak. Really well played. Exceeli are really close to tying things out over here. 1 round away for and if they do, they might even take the lead, because LRX, the economy is slowly tumbling. If they lose this, they're going to have to go for an eco. So a 5-4 score might not be too far.
5-4 can be the case, but it can be also be a 4-4. But LRX is gonna be going for another full buy. Well, there is gonna be a couple of half shields popping out with Red popping out the Blade Storm. So the LRX might be playing it slightly passively, while Exceeli might go all out loud. And yeah, very intelligent play coming in from the side of Exceeli finally, especially from Missile, as he will clutch the round for his team, and he will have to make it happen as well. And that is definitely a motivation boost for them. LRX might find themselves on the back foot, but definitely they are also a good team. They might not have that much of a problem. Kyojin will be get tagged out by the Recon Bolt. I think it was the Recon Bolt after all, and now Hermione will start things off by eliminating their Killjoy here. Will definitely, that's a problem, because if the Sentinel dies, usually the Sentinel's utility just gets denied instantly, and now there is a huge bloodbath happening in the side of B here, and now suddenly it's gonna be a 2v2 situation in favor of none. Ascension does have the orbital, I forgot the wall actually available, the orbital wall available, and Cosmic Divide. Now I remember. Never mind. I have to chase it, and now he can definitely use it because the spike is under defender control. And if he can isolate the players of the attacker's side, he just might burn a lot of time, because as a defender, it is actually a very good choice to burn the time, because the clock itself is favoring you. So that can be an option, but I think Ascension will be saving it for a rainy day. NBS and Ascension pretty much knows exactly what might be happening. But Fancina, I think he saw the hands of Ascension, and most likely did. Oh my God! What was that? In the end, I thought Fancina did saw that, but I don't know if he did. But eventually, that will be causing a lineup as Missile was pretty much oblivious about the location of Ascension, and thus we'll be seeing LRX taking one more run in their favor. The equalization is not gonna happen this time around, ladies and gentlemen. Exceeli will have to wait, but definitely they're gonna be able to bring it back on the upcoming rounds to come. Maybe.
We're gonna see. Yeah, the lead is still alive for LRX. We do see them still maintaining their economy. All rifles for them. Red still has that operator. I feel like he needs to squeeze some more value out of that though. Get some more frags with it because that is a big investment. They are not getting any hurt. He's gonna get the first shot onto Hermione. A big player down for the side of Exceeli as the push towards A, which was looking to be quite aggressive, has been absolutely halted. Immediately the positioning coming down to Red. He's actually gone back to Heaven, and Envious aggressing down B.
Oh no.
Long missile. Is he aware of this? He's gonna go. Oh no, no, knife!
Bad
No!
timing!
The timing on that, he has to be kicking himself.
Why
That
did
was
he
the
do that?
easiest frag. I don't know what happened. He's gonna pull out his knife at the last second, giving the frag to Missile, and absolutely giving away this B side. As we see, a lot of ultimates are gonna be used. We can see the Brimstone Molly coming out, Ascension tagged a lot. I don't know what's happening, but somehow Drifter's actually gonna push into the side. He's gonna get a second as well, but follow up by Fancy9, who's gonna get the trade. The drone coming in from Yushichushki. He's gonna be spotting us on these players. Some damage is there from the drone. Fancy9 is going for the plant. Red is here to join him with the operator. 2 versus 2. Shock darts actually, not recons. It's gonna not do damage. It will tag Kyojin a little bit. Oh, Yushichushki not getting the frag on Fancy9. It's all onto Red, who doesn't get a single shot either. Triple kill for Fancy to finish this round off. And 5-4, they're very close taking back this lead. And they've taken the operator as well. Not sure if that's gonna be the best choice while attacking. It looks like they want to make it work.
Considering they don't have a jet, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a raise. It's really difficult to use. Missile is opting to go for it. We do know him for his opting skills and fragging skills. It's gonna be difficult though on an attack playing a Sky, but let's see what they are planning to do. 4-5 is the scoreline, and LRX are looking like they might just lose the lead right now.
Well, possibly, because LRX's economy, as you mentioned, is really crippled, and they will have to be very, very strategic in order to take this round in their favor, which is really unlikely to happen. As the classics are going to be making some noise from the side of Ascension, that might be an indication that this is an eco round from the side of Exceeli, and they might just go and all out loud. And Fancy9, being a sentinel, he's being very aggressive, and he will actually put down a turret. But Zeno, unfortunately, he is not gonna be concerned. Well, there was a turret, but it will not be that much of a worthwhile investment. Fancy9, however, Missile, however, is gonna be able to connect that shot with that skin, obviously. Well, he is a very good player, but because of that skin, he was able to secure more. And now Hermione will get one more, but he will be traded off by Envious. And there is gonna be Missile who will be pushing into the U-Haul as well. And eventually, he will pick up a 3K for himself. Drifter is gonna be on the flank, and I think Drifter has been heard. Otherwise, the Sky wouldn't have sprayed to that direction.
I
But
think it's a pre-fire though. I think they don't
most
know.
likely.
Kyojin
And now
has
there
his
is gonna be,
factor.
okay, now he's gonna be having the information because you know, as a Sky player, you definitely have the information that if you blinded someone, because Sky just says blinded, so that is there. So he does
30
have the
seconds
information, and
left.
eventually he will take the TP and
Spike
just go
planted.
for that spike plan, and he will also deploy that Seeker. Well, a very not very important investment, if I might, because it is a 1v1, but Drifter, however, has recovered a gun for himself, so might be a problem for the Sky. But Drifter, he will be tossing out the storm gun just to flush out the players from the cubby areas, but eventually Missile will be going for the swing. But that ultimate itself was not a very worthwhile investment, as I mentioned, Kirito. But the equalization, however, is gonna be here. But I really wonder if LRX is gonna be able to take Exceeli that lead, because on their eco round, they did a lot of damage. 4 players down, and the spike itself has gone down. Yes, that is there. And Missile was forced to use his Seekers. So I might just give the victory to the side of LRX.
Well, I kind of
at some points, but yeah.
might not agree with you that the Seeker. I mean, I think he's just trying to buy time while being able to plant the bomb.
But it
He
is a
wants to go
1v1.
for- He wants to go for the open plant, right? So I think he just wants to have the time to be able to go in for the best possible plan for the post-plan scenario. But I don't think it was that much of a problem. But regardless, we are going to be going to the next round. We still have a couple of ultimates available for both sides. Both sides have their Killjoy lockdown. The first one being used,
counter.
and the second one as well. The counter Killjoy ultimates are going to be deployed from both sides. Exceeli already lost a player. Even the Hunter Spirit coming in from the side of Hermione, he will be destroying the defender lockdown, allowing Exceeli to continue with their push, and they're gonna be going through those smokes and going for those fights. The bomb plant is going down from Lunatic Xeno. We're gonna see the alarm bot being placed, but oh, Drifter, I thought he actually crossed through the alarm bot. Sky Flash will slow down the elbow players as the players from Exceeli are gonna be falling back. Actually, they're still inside. Drifter gets the first strike onto Missile. A couple of the players from Exceeli are still in the site. As we see NVS pulling the Empress, he's gonna find one. Yushki follow up. It's all on the Fancy, he's relocated to Hookah. But he will be spotted out. He will find one shot onto Red. But Yushki is there with the trade, and they're gonna pick up the operator as well from NVS. Red, the only one to lose his life, and a good round to actually come back from. And they might actually push Exceeli towards another eco. Exceeli might go for a force buy, but I feel like maybe
This is
the
the last
eco
one with
would
the
be...
stop, so yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, maybe just go for the force buy, doesn't matter. But it's gonna be a 6-5 the score line, so no way are LRX losing this matchup because they have ensured the tie, at least the tie. But they can go for the win. Yeah, of course, up for halftime. But they can go for the win if they want. 7-5 the scoreline, and they need the lead as well because against Exceeli on their defensive round, when they have a really defensive lineup, you know, a sentinel like Hermione, sorry, the initiator like Hermione, you have Brimstone, a really good controller, stuff like this. It's gonna make it difficult on defense. But the next round is underway. Crystal.
You really think that Exceeli is defensive? Because trust me, they are really confident when they are attacking. And I've seen at times as a defender, they just push in the attackers and they come out with flying colors. So might happen from the side of Exceeli, but yeah, they might also go for defensive setups as well. But yesterday, some of the defensive setups
I
did
feel
not.
like the defense is pretty.
No, happens to be. Well, maybe will be answered most likely. But yesterday, it did not quite work out against Insurgent. But that's a past story, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back in the game. We're going to be back in the present here. 6-5, it's doable. But as you mentioned, Kirito, LX will try their heart and soul to make sure that they have the lead after halftime. And I think they're just trying to do that. But there is going to be strategies coming down from the side of Exceeli. But there's going to be a potato fest happening from the side of Red. And he's going to be caught off guard. There's so many smokes. Nowhere to run. And Kyojin, he will pop out that showstopper. But eventually, he will be shut down instantly by Whiskey Sushki. But there is going to be the refrag from Hermione as well. The plant itself is going down. And now things are looking so confusing because we are seeing the kill feed filled with the side of Exceeli. And now it's all up to Drifter. Exceeli might be able to run away with it. But now Drifter is going to be on a 1v2. But he is low on HP. One shot might be able to... might be able to kill him right away. He will secure one kill, however, but Hermione, as he had the HP advantage, he's gonna be able to clean him off very cleanly. 6-6 to the scoreline, very close for the side of LRX, but unfortunately the equalizer is gonna be there. LRX, well, definitely a very good start. Exceeli is going to be able to clap back as well, but it all comes down how this matchup is going to be going up on the second half, because now we decide who is going to be the winner of the first map. So as I mentioned, this is the first map, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of action is going to be around the corner, so do grab some popcorns for yourself. Well, definitely we are not going to be having any of those because we are talking constantly.
And it's gonna be, regardless, the only thing that will satisfy me is if the viewers are satisfied as well with what I say. But regardless, we're gonna be going into the next half, and you know the things are tied up, and it's gonna be difficult for either side to actually come back in this, because obviously the sides have switched and they have to go into go into that next sort of change in their momentum. Yeah, the trades from the Sovas are there. Both sides are gonna shoot the arrows. Both are gonna be taken out immediately. Look at the side of Lariox. They are swarming towards this B side. All of the players are there. Nobody's actually even looking for the flanks. The utility is there. But regardless, even Exceeli isn't even going for the lurking play behind. As we see, the push is coming in from LRX. And there is a player holding there on the Octagon. It is going to be Fancy 9, but he's going to be taken up by Red. And a very important player. The Sentinel has been given away. Envious with a follow-up onto Hermione. It's going to be a 5 versus 3 scenario as the rotation is here. The darts will give away the positions, but actually no one is in the site. So they are free to push in as Missile is ready for the retake. A flash is going to be there. It's going to actually push through. Red is going to get a flag on the Kyojin and Drifter as well. Missile does find one. 73 HP. What can he do? Has no utilities. He's going for the big, and he's going to be tagged up to tagged down to 51 HP. As all the players are just staring at that angle. This looks so menacing. And he's gonna go for the big. Some shots are there, and it's gonna be Yushki, and then he's gonna win that fight. And he's gonna take down Missile. A real clean first round coming in from LRX, and that's gonna give them the first. Initially, they won both of the pistol rounds, so that's good momentum boost for them. They can extend their lead and probably make this an 8-6. But let's see if Exceeli, they are known to force buy, but my question is, are they gonna do it at this stage?
I believe they will not, because usually if you see Exceeli force buying, they do it on only on the second round. Even if they lose the second pistol round, they never goes for the force buy. Well, that is their strategy, and this time around they are absolutely going for saves here. And I believe Exceeli understands that for the entirety of the matchup, they had not been on the driver's seat even for once. There was some equalizations, Kirito, but even for once they didn't have the driver's seat in their favor. So they will have to play it passive. They will have to understand that if we are playing very aggressively, things might not go in our favor, because LRX as a team, they have improvised so much. Because back in the days, yeah, we know LRX is a team who had a long Cinderella story in the previous tournaments against Exceeli, but they just couldn't secure the championship. And yeah, LRX, I think, is the only team, only tier 1 team who has comparatively less championships compared to Exceeli or Zeus Sabers or many other teams. So definitely they're going to be trying their best to secure that honor now. And actually, well, they have been the defending champions for the longest time in history, and they're going to be making sure that they are having that upper hand as well. But they understand their aggression has been overrated and outdated, actually. And the players of Exceeli, they are playing it passively. Well, you can see they are using their utilities very, very precisely. They are not giving too much information here. Fansin, however, is going to be pushing up to the shower area. I think he was intending to go for a flank because there was 30 seconds left on the clock. And now the players of Exceeli, LRX actually, are just going to be pushing in without any issues. They are going to be cutting through Exceeli like a hot knife. And they will be having a flawless round to work with on their anti-eco round. Well, that was an eco for the side of Exceeli, so they are not going to be having that much of a problem. But as they did not pop any frags, the external economy boost is not going to be available, so they might have to sacrifice a couple of their abilities for armor or guns precisely. Well, I do see the Brimstone going for only one stim beacon, so that might be the case. But however, as they are going for the buy rounds here and LRX is taking with their bonus round here, I think they might have an upper hand here because of the arsenal advantage. They can go for aggressive plays and eventually they might find them on the top.
And the next round is already underway. 8-6 is the scoreline. Bonus round for the side of LRX. They've already aggressed their way into the A side. Rotation is coming in from the rest of the players of Exceeli. Remember, they do have the rifles, but they, as you said, Kashta, they have cut back on utilities. I'm looking at the Brimstone again. He doesn't even have his molly to deny that entrance.
Yep.
But the bomb plan has gone down. But keep your eyes on Missile. He is on the flank. There is utility already placed there. So LRX are aware that maybe a flank is coming, and the information from Killjoy is their Ascension is going to be shifting his attention to that, and they're going to be preparing for this beating. I think Missile being a big part of that because he has a really big flash that's going to help them actually push into the side. Missile first frag over there, but Ascension, Red and Envious, they all clap back. Drifter as well chiming.
Okay.
Side of LRX, 9-6 is the scoreline, not the other way around, and some rifles as well. Big round for LRX, and they're going to be able to extend lead quite a bit.
9-6 is the scoreline. Unfortunately, not necessarily the most recognizable scorecards I've seen so far, but LRX is really on a very good lead. Despite of having a somewhat of an arsenal disadvantage, they are going to be able to secure that round and pushing Exceeli to another eco here. Well, not necessarily an eco. They are going for another half buy here, and Exceeli, well, they are trying their best to hang on, but looks like LRX are really giving them a hard time for their money. A run for their money, if I might. So the players of Exceeli can try to be aggressive in this round because, sometimes going aggressive on ecos might surprise your enemies and you can get a couple of frags for yourself, if not the round itself. So could have been done, but Exceeli is going to be opting to play for, a bit more passively, if I might. And they are still not giving it too much information, but the players of LRX, I think they know this is an eco round for the side of Exceeli, so they are going all out aggressive. They are going to be tossing out the lead. They are going to be tossing out the storm grenades. They will be tossing out the third bursts, and eventually Spike itself just might go down. Drifter is also going to be deploying their alarm burst so that no possible flanks are going to be coming down from U-Haul area. But where is the Spike carrier? That is my question. I mean, the objective is safe to go for a Spike plant, obviously, but still they are not going for that, and eventually the Spike is going to be going down, but there is going to be the grenades popping out from the side of Exceeli, and looks like they had a plan all along. They isolated the players so precisely. They just went for the flanks, and they allowed the players of LRS to take the objective, and then like, you know what, you can have our objective, we can have your Spike. That is going to be a very perfect trade, and Exceeli is going to be able to win that eco run very smoothly, very precisely, and we're going to be having some friendship dances from the side of Exceeli. Well, that is not surprising. 9-7 is the scoreline, still in favor of LRX. But that thrifty round being lost, I think LRX might find them on the back foot because Exceeli definitely has gained some motivation out of that.
Definitely, and that will help them quite a bit on the long run. But still, there is a big lead from the side of LRX that they had to climb. But still, that round will give them some momentum. That okay, we won that round. Let's win a couple more, and then we're gonna be on equal terms, and that's gonna allow us to take the lead. So momentum is really important from the side of Exceeli. And that is what they're trying to gain immediately. Exceeli, really aggressive player. Look at all these players in B main. Hermione showing the shock darts. Xeno was there as well, but Kyojin, he has crossed towards the teleporter angle. If they don't clear this, it's gonna be difficult. How is Envious already in there? I don't know. Maybe some utility was thrown that created an opening. He just walked in. I didn't even realize. But Envious, he's inside the teleporter. That will actually be really difficult for him to, for the opponents to actually take him out. If they go to the teleport, they probably won't be expecting him there. This is Exceeli. They might clear out some of these angles. After some trading of the utility, they are going to be shifting their attention. LRX from B to A. Envious finally stepping on the teleporter. Noise has been made though. I'm not sure how LRX are going to be taking that noise. What are they thinking? I have no clue. That did someone go to the teleporter? Did we not hear it? Stuff like that. But regardless, 9-7 scoreline. 40 seconds left on the clock. And slowly but surely, we can see the Astro Stars being placed. Missile with again another Seeker coming out from the side of Exceeli. Flashes are there as well. The Astro Cosmic Divide is there. So much utility is being used. 30 seconds on the clock. LRX have to go.
Oh, nice.
To the blind. He's gonna actually get a frag onto Yushki, but regardless, that is not stopping the side of LRX. But they're gonna be walking to their doom. Drifter does get a couple of frags. But Fancy, he's gonna shut them down with frag onto Red, a frag onto Drifter to finish things off. And 9-8's the scoreline. They are one away from tying. This match is delivering one after another. Again, we still see LRX able to go for those buys, at least some of them. Envious is already on his Phantom. I'm not sure if the rest of his teammates are gonna be able to do that. But I mean, this is still the first map, Christopher. We are still on bind. We still have Haven, we still have Icebox, and these teams are showing no signs of slowing down.
I don't think they even will, Kirito, and I'm pretty sure this matchup might hit a third map as well, because the way the players are playing it, I'm pretty sure they are just here to win, and they mean business, and obviously business they mean. And now we're gonna be seeing a very aggressive push from the side of LRX. Considering this is an eco, well, not necessarily an eco. This is kind of a mixed up buy coming up from their side. So as that is the case, they might be able to run away with it. But there is the 100 spree, which will be popping out from Hermione, but unfortunately no casualties whatsoever. But LRX is gonna be able to take some control of the objective, but there is gonna be a couple of defenders who will also deny the plan going down. And I think it is gonna be very bright choice if they go for a rotation, but no, the rotation is not gonna be coming down. Eventually, a lot of kills popping out from the side of Exceeli. It's all up to Drifter now in a 1v5. He does have a good gun, he does have some armor to work with, but he needs a luck as well. Unfortunately, he will not find success. And Hermione is gonna be cutting him off, and eventually that is gonna be the equalizer Exceeli was looking for a very long time. LRX, that was somewhat of a mixed buy. I can call it an eco. So yeah, I guess that was planned after all. So that round can be sacrificed as they are going for another full buy, with India's going for a half shield. I really wonder why, because he can definitely afford a full shield here. But I guess that's how he wants to play it. 9 is the scoreline. This match itself can go any way around, but I wouldn't be the devil's advocate, would I, Kirito?
Well, you definitely don't want to take that risk, because this match, you can't really predict what's going to be happen. Hermione is going to go for that orb. He's going to have 2 in the bag. He still needs a lot more. I think he needs about 6. Is it 8? I'm not sure. There's so many I can't even count. But he will be securing 1, and we see LRS have taken the time to actually push up to the octagon position. Kyojin's going to be ready with that off angle, taking down 1 player. He's going to try to find the 1 more, but the trades are there. So many trades, especially from Drifter, who's going to find both frags. For the side of LRX, is gonna pop that ultimate as well. The lockdown is active, but oh, Envious, he hears the flank from Missile. The information is there. He will take him down immediately, so that's gonna clear out the behind, and that's gonna allow them actually to go towards A. And they are rotating towards A. They realize that both players are in B, and taking out the flank will result. That means that no one is in this side of A. But Fancy, he realizes this mistake that Exceeli have made, and he's gonna make his way into U-Haul. As we see the sort of LRX walk into this open side. It is not as it open as it seems. Fancy is still in there, 2 versus 2, and low HP onto the Astra of Ascension. Might give the advantage a little bit towards the side of Exceeli. But with proper team play, they can narrow it down to a 1v1. We see the Astra still, utility, still active for the side of Fancy. Envious is going to clear out the CD, but both players are coming in from the flank of A short. Right now, they don't know where any of them are. They're going to be clearing this U-Haul. Not spotting anybody. NBC is gonna go for the pick and he's gonna spot both of them. It's all onto Ascension. 26 HP. Can he go for the clutch? He's gonna go for the concussion and he's gonna go for the gravitational level, actually denying the bomb plan. Does he have enough utility? He still has. He can go for more Astra utility if he wants to. He's gonna find one. He's gonna try and find the other one. He still didn't lose a single bit of HP, but it's 26 HP and he's gonna be running away. Can Ascension escape is my question, because they're eco. No, but regardless, the round is going towards LRX. They will have a little bit of money to work with, and they might be able to go for some buys. Yes, they will, but Exceeli, they still do have a little bit of better economy. Kyojin is even opting to go for an op. So he definitely a really interesting state of the matchup. 9-10's the scoreline. Exceeli are so close to be able to take that lead back.
Definitely, and I really have to give it to Ascension actually, because he played it passive. Some players may ask that why didn't he go for the peak? Come on, the spike is not actually gonna be going down or something. You can just go for the kill. It looks so good for a montage or something, but ladies and gentlemen, in competitive play, it all comes down to saving your economy, and it all comes down to taking rounds, and that's why he did not go for that. But this time, I think that was not a part of the plan, because Missile is gonna be picking up 2 easy kills before traded off by Invis, but I wouldn't call that a trade-off. Ascension is also gonna be falling, and looks like Exceeli knew exactly what's gonna be happening, because I don't see any souls outside of the objective A, and Invis is gonna be burned a bit. He needs some ice pack from that brimstone, actually, from the brimstone moldy actually. And
he has the Empress. He can go for it.
Definitely, he can make it happen, but his location is known by everybody. All of China knows exactly where he is, and Invis will have to be an absolute boogeyman to pull this off. And he might be, but eventually he just goes for the swing, and that was not a very, brilliant swing, if I might, because when you know that you are going for a swing, you might want to take some distance from a wall or a cover because of the so-called peeker's advantage. But that just gave the advantage to the side of I forgot it. I think it was Kyojin. Yeah, it was Kyojin.
Yeah, it was
and the equalization is gonna be coming out around 1 second, Kirito. So the advantage is really not favoring anybody here, because this match itself is so close for both sides. Yeah, Exceeli has not been on a lead for a very long time. I mean, for the previous 20 rounds, they didn't take the driver's seat even for once. But despite of that,
they might now.
Yeah,
LRX are on an eco, and they have utility advantage. They have the weapons advantage, and LRX, they have actually won a couple of eco rounds before this, and they won it in a really good fashion. But that really did depend on the solo play from one of the players. It was either Drift or it was either Envious actually fragging out with the Sheriff. And there we go, a combined effort from both of them to actually put the Killjoy out of position. Hermione was going to be wallbanging that angle on Puka and taking on Drifter. Envious, he is going to be taken on as well through the smoke. Missile is going to land that shot right in the head. Though creeping up B-long. I think he is spotted. The flash will confirm his position. Yep, the blinded call out is there from Missile. He's gonna see the shoulder as well and spray down. And a really good spam coming from Missile, although it won't connect on the body of Yushichushki. He does have information right now with the recon from Hermione. And I mean, those spams were really close to his head. Ascension as well is gonna chime in. His shoulder has been spotted. Missile triple kill for him, going for the 4K. A flash is there. He can go for the Trailblazer, but Yushichushki is gonna land one shot at least. And a second one, but the third one won't be there. Zio coming to the teleport. 10 score, and Exceeli finally take the lead.
Finally, Exceeli is gonna be able to take things in their hand, and I think they can pretty much close up this match in their favor, because this is their selected map, ladies and gentlemen. And as they selected this map, they will have to put some pressures here, and I think they will do just that. LRX had everything in their favor for a very long time, but now this is not the case anymore. But LRX, they might also turn the tables and they can equalize it in their favor eventually, but it is a definitely billion-dollar question for every single one of us. So predicting that is really going to be hard. And eventually, all of the players of LRX are going to be... Actually, I think they decided they are going to be executing A, but they can also go for a fake here, because I do see a couple of ultimates being popped out aside the lockdown from the side of Drifter, though. He will need a couple of kills, or he will have to dive to get that in his hand. But at times, that lockdown can be a very precise tool to fake out objectives. But that's not going to be the case now. And Exceeli, I think they are predicting as well that this is going to be a execution after all, because there's the smoke and there's the bangs coming down. He's going to be trying to find the play on top of the tin sheds, but there's nobody to be found aside from Fencing and right next to the doorway of Shower Hall. and I think they might go for rotation because they do have the time, but Exceeli is also being slightly aggressive here. They are trying to pick off some kills. They are trying to open things up for themselves, but none of the players are giving too much information. The patience from both sides are so commendable, so admirable.
The timing
And
on
I
this
think
also.
finally they will be going for that rotation, I believe, or maybe not. They can also take a TP or something because more or less no team has the information over anybody else because even after so much, we are seeing all of the players of Lariox pretty much
Turn
stacking up
two.
together, and this is going to be a late execution, but there's the nanostorms in play, but no, there is going to be a fake after all. I did predict that, Kirito. The portal is going to be coming down, and eventually it is going to be execution, and now this can be a problem for Lariox, however, because they are pretty much sandwiched, because there is the Raze who is on the flank, but he will be eliminated thanks to Lariox NVS's prediction. And now the clock is going to be counting down, but the spike needs to go down, but I don't think the spike will be going down, and it will be denied as well. And now the round itself is going to be going in favor of Exceeli, because there is no way they can plant that spike. They will get a couple of frags for themselves, but that's all they're going to be able to find. Ascension is going to be able to secure a gun for himself, as he will survive that round, but it is match point for Exceeli. After a very long run, Exceeli is going to be able to turn the tables around, and they will make sure that everything is in their favor. Can't say the same for Alex at the moment because their economy is very crippled. But you never know, they might get a rabbit out of the hats.
Well, interesting choice by NVS. He went for a plant on in the front of the site, but in the end he stopped and tried to go for. I think he went for a better plant position, but in that time crunch, maybe man, you just need to try to get the bomb down as soon as possible. Regardless, we are gonna see finally a little bit of a buy, but it's still a bit of a half buy. We see a couple of SMGs and a shorty, and sorry, the judge will be taken out immediately on the front hands of it. Fancy, he's gonna get one more. The Underspirit coming in. So many frags, and they're all in favor of Exceeli, but Yushiki finally getting one. But it's all onto Ascension. Fancy already says GG. Counting down Ascension, whose position is known, and he's brought down to solo in HP. And Hermione, that was a nice shot through the wall. Great tracking. And GG's in the chat. We're gonna see a 13-10 scoreline to finish off the first map. The winners are going to be Exceeli eSports. They're going to have that 1 point advantage going into the next one. Considering this was their map pick, of course they're going to be performing really well, but Lariox as well showed a really good side of the side on the defensive phase. They just need to replicate some of those attacking strats and aggression. But sometimes Exceeli just like plays so passively. You can see them walking into the crosshairs, and some of the players are just getting multi-kills. It's really difficult to win against that. But still, Lariox have the opportunity to actually come back in this and step back, maybe take the map of the Exceeli. It's going to be difficult, but it's still possible for a team like Lariox to do that. So I still have some optimism for them.
Definitely. I'm also going to be having some optimism for them as well. But the way Exceeli played it, I did mention that they are a team who can bring themselves up. They can pick themselves up from the dead. And that is something they did more or less, because for 20 rounds, they had absolutely nothing in their favor. From the 21st round, they just bring the table around. And on the 23rd, they just took everything in their favor and won the round. It was a close game. Lariox is really going to be heartbroken to know that they were so close to defeat Exceeli on their own map. But unfortunately, that's really not the case. But they still have a chance. This is not a best of one, ladies and gentlemen. I did mention that. So Lariox still has another shot to take it to the third map. And eventually, they can put themselves on the grand finals. And obviously, Exceeli are really not going to be that much forgiving when it comes to taking their own spot on the side of the grand final. So that is map number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back after a short while. So Heaven is going to be the second map. Do stay tuned, get some popcorn. And before you go, do check out our sponsors. The links can be found in the description. Ravenclaw eShop and Blisstyle Electronics. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short while.
Esports fans, do you want to watch some tournaments? Would you like to compete? Maybe win some matches and make a little money on the side, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it all seems so complicated. What tournaments are there? Where is it happening? Where do I sign up? What do I bring? Requirements, rules, fees, yada yada yada, it's all so confusing. If only there was a way to make it all simple. And all you need to do to sign up is just press a button. Sounds oddly specific, doesn't it? Because it's range.gg, the easiest way to set off your esports career. Take part in exciting new tournaments. Short or long, big or small, choose your own battles and fight your own wars. Flaunt your gaming skills for all to see. Assemble a team and get ready to compete. Not to mention, take your in-game prowess to the next level by consulting veterans of the esports world. So why wait? Signing up has never been easier. Compete, flaunt, and grow at range.gg. See you at the range. How's it going, esports fans? Do you want to watch some tournaments? Would you like to compete? Maybe win some matches and make a little money on the side, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it all seems so complicated. What tournaments are there? Where is it happening? Where do I sign up? What do I bring? Requirements, rules, fees, yada yada yada. It's all so confusing. If only there was a way to make it all simple. And all you need to do to sign up is just press a button. Sounds
So welcome back, gentlemen, to the second map of the day on the losers bracket grand finals on the matchup of Lariox versus Exceeli. The second map itself is gonna be on Heaven. You can see it on your kind screens, and Lariox was the one who chose this map. So let's see how this matchup is gonna be. On the first map, in case you haven't kept up with us, Exceeli had a victory over Lariox with a very narrow scoreline of 10-13 in favor of Exceeli, obviously. So I really wonder if Lariox is gonna be able to pull this off in their favor, because if they can, definitely they will have another shot to pull this match. Take their chances on the grand finals of VBC PL. Well, it's my question to my friend Kirito here. Are we gonna see an icebox or not? What's gonna be your thoughts?
I definitely want to say an icebox, but technically, considering that Exceeli, this is LRX's map pick onto a Haven, and we do know that Exceeli are pretty decent in Haven as well as they are on icebox. But regardless, considering LRX picked this map, I feel like they are going to be confident in this. They have some strats prepared in this, and hopefully they have done their homework on how side of Exceeli plays on this map. Considering all those facts, I really want to give this to LRX, and I feel like they should at least have a better chance at coming back in this. So we might just see a 1-1 scoreline coming in, and Icebox will be the next destination. But that's just my thoughts, and my thoughts have been proven wrong quite a bit recently. So the best way to figure out will be directly going into the match, and the players are ready. We're going to be beginning in a short few seconds. Before we do go for the match, let's mention our sponsors once again: Blisstyle Electronics and Ravenclaws Coin Shop. Check them out. The links are in the description of the stream. And our community partner is BBC Valorant Bangladesh Community. Make sure you check that out as well. And the tournament is powered by Range.gg. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, show your support so that we can bring out more great esports tournament and exclusive esports content in the future. Because we have a lot of plans, and definitely we want to do that for the community of our country. But regardless, the match will be beginning in a few seconds. Considering Haven, though, Crystal, one question is, we do see the side of Exceeli on attack first. Do you think that was the preferable choice for them? Do you think that would have been the best choice?
I mean, this is Exceeli we're talking about, and definitely they love to attack any day, anytime. And I think they want to make sure that they are going for the aggressive rounds, and they are getting a couple of early, initial rounds in their favor, so that they can possibly push it in their favor. So really doesn't surprise me there. And I think LRX, they are going for strategies instead. So definitely that is going to be something I will be keeping my eyes open for. So yeah, it's very natural from the side of Exceeli. But do note, on the previous day, we did see, I think on Heaven, they lost against their Surgeons. Well, it was the third map, if I'm not wrong. So definitely that is there. So Exceeli will have to make sure that they're not making the same mistakes again and again. Otherwise, LRX, they definitely saw the match yesterday because of the VOD reviews or something. And they obviously have a lot of homeworks to work with here. And we are going to be seeing Fancy 9 swapped out by Hate Crew here from the side of Exceeli. So let's see how this matchup is going to be. I think the players are more or less ready, but Heaven it is. LRX, I really hope you have done your homework, because Exceeli must have done that, because they had a lot of mistakes yesterday. So it's only a matter of time to get the answers. The results are going to be published any second now, but I believe the players will take some time. So I think it is going to be a matter of time, and I think it's going to be best if we take a break, ladies and gentlemen, and if we find out exactly what's happening. So we'll be right back shortly with the game, whilst we actually investigate what's exactly happening in the players cast. So, gentlemen, we are gonna be on the air with the second map of the day, and as you can already see, it is on Haven, and now we are heading into the agent selections from both sides. You can see Exceeli on that hacker, as you mentioned, Kirito. Well, that is very celebratory because they usually love to go for that hacking rounds. And aside that, we are gonna be heading into the agent selections, and Zeno is gonna be going for the Cypher here. Well, I believe he is the default smoker for the side of Exceeli because I've seen him on controllers usually, but I guess some uh strategies has been changed here. HQ is gonna be popping up the smoker here, and Missile is gonna be going for the jet here. Followed up by the side of Lariox, they are gonna be going for the pretty much identical lineup from their side. Aside Ascension going for the Omen instead of the Astra from the previous round, and everything else is gonna be pretty much identical. Kyojin, however, is gonna be going for a Phoenix here. I think he wants to go for the Rai constellations because there is some notable cubbies here, like on the banana area, on the Ceylon area, and so on. So maybe that mollies and those obviously walls are going to be coming in handy because Phoenix, he is a very balanced agent, if I might, because I wouldn't say this is a favorable map for Phoenix in general, but I think he is an agent who can be played in any possible map. So that's definitely there. So good picks coming in from both sides here. NVS is going to be going for his usual Reina, so it doesn't surprise me. 0-0 is I mean, the matches have just started. What am I saying even? So first pistol is going to be coming down, Kirito. Do you think LRX is going to be able to take this pistol round? Because they have taken the first pistol round. They have taken both of the pistol rounds for the first map. So what's going to be on your thoughts on that?
Well, it's gonna be difficult because we have a really good Sentinel on the A side. It's gonna be Killjoy, obviously being played by Drifter, but we don't have the proper smokes. I feel like I still feel like an Omen, especially in Haven, where we have 3 sites and pretty big map. It's gonna be quite difficult to actually provide all the smoking support and the amount of utility that Astra provides from Exceeli. Obviously, we have Hate Crew playing the Astra. I think it's far more beneficial to the team, and in that essence, I feel like it's going to be difficult for Exceeli to defend in these first few rounds. But I feel like they're going to be able to get the hang of it, maybe get a little warmed up for the match. But we still have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I think there has been a little issue from the side of LRX. So yes, we're going to be waiting for that to be resolved. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're going to be going to the short break. Make sure to check out our sponsors and subscribe to the Range channel. We'll be back in a short moment.
There. There. There.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're back for the matchup. Yep, first round has begun, and immediately a really aggressive push coming down from the side of Exceeli towards this garage area. Ascension is gonna be mollied because of the Brimstone. Sorry, not the Brimstone, the Phoenix. Apologies there, and he is gonna have to fall back with only 29 HP. And the side of C has been taken from the side of Exceeli. They are going to be going for the plant immediately, and Ascension is immediately at a disadvantage, only 29 HP to work with for the rest of this round. And the post plant is already set up on the side of Exceeli. This drone is going to come in towards CT. They'll give so much information to Kyojin, who's going to push in any minute now. He does know that there are at least 2 players there because of the drone information in the sound. He's going to get 1. He's not going to get a second though, as Red gets a trade. But in the meantime, Hermione, he's going to find a couple of as well. Zeno with 1 more trade onto Drifter. And it's all down to NVS with a classic. He has a heal, he has a dismissal. What can he pull off with it? The push is gonna come in with the jet. He's gonna right click away onto Missile, get the heal, get the overheal. And time is running out, and he will be run down with by Hermione and Hate Crew as well. And Hermione, just gonna give the little, what do you call it, friendship dance, as my friend Cresto calls it. So yeah, first round going in favor of Exceeli, really aggressive show of play there, and they are Hermione going for a Phantom immediately, so it's just gonna be one of those rounds from Exceeli.
Yeah, I can relate, buddy. I can absolutely relate. And yeah, Exceeli is gonna be looking for a very good start here, and looks like they are very confident with their strategies. They're really confident with their lineups here. LRX, they're also trying their best, but for now they will have to make sure that they are not falling too behind on the back foot because they are on the eco here, and usually it's kind of a miracle to win ecos, but definitely players are skilled enough to make miracles look like, you know, dummies in any form factor. So the players of Exceeli, however, pretty much knows this isn't gonna be an eco for the side of LRX, and they will just go inside of C. Not necessarily a rush, but they will go for a very fast execution within 1 minute left on the clock,
Spike
and
planted.
they will push the round to a post-plan situation. 5v5, no casualties whatsoever. Not to mention the Sova is extremely low on HP. One more, you know, sneeze on his body, it's gonna be eliminating him. Well, that speed of that burst there, I mean, obviously. Hermione is gonna be able to open things up through the cage onto Envy, so that is a good start from the side of Exceeli as well, and he needs to start things off as well. He is using that Phantom, and definitely Hermione is a very confident player who happens to go for the aggressive plays every now and then, and he is making sure that their Phantom is gonna be used, you know, worthwhilely, and that's gonna be 1v5 situation for our boy Ascension here with a shorty in hand. Not necessarily the best gun you want to use in a 1v5, and eventually he will also fall in the hands of Zeno and towards the scoreline. A very good start, as I mentioned, on the side of Exceeli, but definitely from the side of LRX, they will be able to reply back as they will be going for their full buys here. But I think their economy is really not on the best factor even now, because I do see a couple of half shields popping out. And Red, however, he's going to be going for the operator without any armor whatsoever. I think he is confident because Red is a very dangerous opper in general. So he doesn't need an armor. I think he's just going to be going for the quick peeks, and eventually he will dash out so he doesn't even take any damage. So
Well,
maybe the plan.
easier said than done, though. But regardless,
absolutely.
he will be giving it his best. Hopefully, he is a good jet, and he will try to get those frags. Maybe a little bit too bold for my taste, but let's see what happens. As we see immediately, a TP from Ascension will be punished by Zeno. Early on in the round, the smoker has been taken out. He was a really good position above the smoke, but somehow, I mean, Zeno was able to predict that, and with a Spectre as well, he was able to take him out. Really good start for Exceeli, and they are actually pushing towards A side, completely faking the C. They have left the side of C, completely. And Lariox, NVS, he is beginning to read maybe this little push coming down. The drone noise will also give some information away, and the rotation is coming from the rest of the players of LRX. You can see Yushki and Red joining the rest of their teammates for defending this side, but Exceeli are already in. As we see, the side push is there. This is their bonus round, keep in mind. They still have a few Spectres, a couple of rifles as well, but mostly Spectres. The drone is gonna come in from Yushki, giving their positions away. They right now know where the bomb is planted, but missiles through the smoke onto Drifter. The arena blinds coming in from NPS. He's gonna push through. He's running out of ammo. Spray transfer. He'll get two, but Zeno with a trade onto Red. The Opper is down. 2 versus 3 onto NVS and Yushki. Yushki will get the recon in a little bit. We can see NVS with a triple kill, but trade is there from Kyojin. He was on the flank coming in from the side of B. That's a really good play, especially in all the chaos the A side was facing. Nobody was able to realize that maybe one of the players from Exceeli actually peeled off and went through B. Really smart play. And considering they were already down one player, they didn't have anyone to spare to, you know, maybe keep our eye on the flanks, maybe place the utility there. So overall, really good way of taking advantage of that early frag from Exceeli. So we're gonna 3-0 lead coming in, winning of the bonus round. And again, LRX are forced on a really bad eco round.
Rio being the scoreline, LRX is really gonna be on their back foot now because they did lose that bye. Well, we all did see the Reyna being like a Rambo, and he did a pop-out full of frags, but that was not enough to get the victory for his team, and now they are pretty much will have to play a bit more passive, and they are doing just that. Being the defenders they are, LRX, however, is gonna be able to secure a kill, however, onto the jet. I think that was missile. Yeah, that was missile, so would start from this. Oh, actually, no, it was actually from the side of Exceeli. What am I saying? So LRX, well, they are having a harder time, and they will have to make sure that they will be able to keep themselves alive, because they may not be able to deny that spike plan, but if they are getting a couple of frags, they are going to be having that boost of economy. But I guess that's not going to be the case this time around, because it is going to be a flawless round to add up to the books of Missile from Exceeli here, and Missile is going to be able to pick up a 3k without even trying, and 4 was the scoreline. Things are not looking good for the side of LRX, but definitely they're going to be able to go for another full buy here. And if they even lose this round, they'll have another shot to buy another round. But after 5 rounds, if you're not winning any rounds, that's all you're going to get for the blues bonuses. And LRX will have to make sure they are counting them. They are making sure that they are invested properly. They are going for another operator here, though. well, I did mention that Red might go for a quick swing. Better said than done. Said than done, as Kirito said. But let's see if Alex can pull this out of the hats.
We do see immediately Red going for a peek. He will be missing the shot. There was some utility plays a smoke followed by a flash. Missile placing the smoke ocean with a flash, pushing through and taking control of this A position, the A long or A main position. Or a lot of people like to call it banana, who have been coming from the CS:GO origins, because that is a
At least I
position
do.
in the
I
map.
love.
Yeah, I mean, if you're feeling comfortable, if your team's feeling comfortable, then go for it. But right now, the side of banana is compromised. We do see Red holding the angle, but rotation has been commenced from the side of AZ, and they're pushing towards the C side. But this time, though, I feel like Lariox are ready. They have weapons, they have utility, and they have Ascension holding there as well. He has support from Drifter, both as a gun and as the killjoy. As you can see him going for the peek. He's gonna spot a player. He's gonna TP into the middle of the side, but really well read from the players. We can see a little recon spotting in the timing. Ascension try to destroy it. Oh! Drifter actually jumps into the side. He will be gravitational well, and Missile's gonna pick up that easy frag. A lot of damage on the Zeno. He's
30
actually
seconds
creeped
left.
through into garage. Red does find a trade finally. 3 versus 2. No, NPS checks that angle, and the neural theft is gonna come in from Zeno. Position is given away now. He knows Yushki is pushing towards him, and oh no, Yushki check the other side. He actually completely
Last
leaves
player
garage
standing.
as Kyojin is gonna get a frag onto Red. And he's coming from the flank. When was he there? He gets one frag. Traded by Kyojin. When did Kyojin even go for the flank? I didn't realize. This man is lurking like there's no tomorrow.
Well, he definitely did, but eventually that was okay there. Well, I'm just gonna be letting it go. But for the side of LRX, they will have to bring some momentum back instantly. Otherwise, the snowball effect is just gonna be favoring the side of Exceeli, as LRX, everything they had on the first map, it's just gonna be done and dust. This is their map, ladies and gentlemen. And LRX is really not looking very confident. They can definitely go for another full buy here because they lost 5 rounds in a row. But instead, they are gonna be going for a well, they are going for Nico, but that Phantom in the hand of Envious kind of scares me. Well, you get the reference, ladies and gentlemen. And now the players of Exceeli are gonna be going hyper aggressive, and they're just gonna be going for the commitment of the objective, and everything's smoked out, so they have a lot of cover to work with. Zeno is gonna be able to open things up onto Envious. Yuski is pretty far away, but he might be able to take out Zeno, and he will just do that. But there is gonna be a trade from the side of HQ. Red is gonna be on his Bladestorm, but eventually he will not connect the shots because that Bladestorm does not have a very, I mean, it has a good range, but not necessarily the end of the world. And eventually the players of Exceeli are gonna be able to pull this off, and they will be able to push the pedal, and they will just drive away with a lead of 6-0 with nothing in favor of LRX. If LRX is not stepping up the game, this matchup, it's just gonna be putting itself on a point of no return within the half time, unless it hits a split of 7-5 or something. Well, the best LRX can do is 6-6, and they will have to win 6 rounds in a row, which is obviously, as my friend Kirito says, better said than done. Said than done. So you never know, Kirito. You never know.
Well, you never know indeed, but I still want to feel like LRX might actually at least give their best attempt at coming back in this. It's going to be difficult, yes, but we have seen them do things before, and maybe they will be able to replicate something again. You should see a good read, but he's going to miss some of the 103 shots. He does know that there are players insured. I think Ascension hurt them, but the shots are going to be missed. And you're going to miss a lot more if you don't start winning some of these rounds, though. Especially the Kyojin. With the run it back, he's gonna actually take control of the side. Missile as well, dashing in. She gets a back. Red with the double kill. Zeno does get a trade, but Red, he's on a triple kill. He's looking for the ace. A flash is there to slow him down, but Ascension has already gained so much ground. Red, does he want to go for the ace? He doesn't, because Ascension sees that Kyojin is actually gonna find a double. Wait a minute.
Don't peek.
Whole round has changed. LRX are gonna be like, let's calm down for a second here. Let's not get too scared. Let's not get too excited. As Envious, sorry, not Envious, Kyojin. He will be the last man alive for Exceeli. He will be healing with the molly, and Red knows his position. He's gonna spam a little bit,
30
saying,
seconds
"My
left.
man, I'm here. Why don't you just show us your little face, and we're gonna maybe put a bullet in it." The bot will be taken out really quick by Kyojin, but the double peek is there. You can see, oh, the dash from Red. He's gonna join his teammate now, but what is happening? It's 8 bullets for Kyojin. What is happening? What are these positionings? And Drifter is gonna finally get a headshot. Well, things got a bit confusing there to say the least. I feel like maybe LRX were trying to be a little bit wary that okay, let's not choke this one round. First win in this
They
matchup.
almost did
Maybe
actually.
maybe they overthought it a little bit. You know, maybe they were thinking a little bit too complex in a complex manner. Maybe they should have seen things a little bit more simplistically. But regardless, we are going to see the first round for LRX. 6 months the scoreline. They're going to have some room in their economy to breathe. They will have all ARs. Missile, I think he's going to go for the Blade Storm.
Yeah, he's just gonna be doing that. And yeah, well, complexity might not be the case every single time, Kirito, but when you are playing Exceeli, you will have to make sure that you are making sure everything is in account. Simple, complex, and compound. Well, I'm just putting up some grammars here, but eventually the players of Exceeli are gonna be aggressing towards the side of B, and now they are gonna be having full control of the objective and allowing the players to go for a plant as well, potentially. And yes, will find one, but will not deny the spike carrier. But he opted to play it safe. Well, that is commendable as well. Kyojin is also gonna be holding on to the A-hole area, and he will eliminate Yusuke now. This is looking very hard for the side of Alex. It's all up to Envious. He does have the Empress to work with, but he is being tagged and he is being chased by Kyojin, and eventually he will fall in the hands of the Phoenix. And now the momentum is going to be picked up by the side of Exceeli once again. 7-1's the scoreline, and as I mentioned, the best LRX could have done was 6-6, but now the best they can do is 7-5, and 7-5 is commendable. But if they are allowing Exceeli to take too many rounds, things are not going to be favoring them at all. Considering the economy of LRX, everything they earned on the previous round, it's going to be lost instantly, and they will have to go for the eco weapons here. Along with, I really wonder why are they going for the phantoms on the eco rounds. At least one player has a phantom every single time, Kirito.
Well, things are getting confusing, and it's going to be as confusing as the familiar scoreline every Brazil fan loathes. And Yusuke is loathing himself right now, like, why am I going for this peak with the Marshall? Brought on the 5 HP, he's going to try and run away. He will.
They're panicking, I guess.
Yeah, the 7-1 scoreline. He really shouldn't need to go for that peak. The gravitation will actually do him a favor and put him towards the middle of the box as Missile gets the frag onto Yusuke, finally getting that 5 HP player. Hermione with the trade on the Ascension. Neural theft and the position from this player. Oh, what is happening? Red, why are you running away? There's the meme from YouTube. I don't know why I just said that, but Drifter with a double kill, making this a 2 versus 3 scenario. Hunter's Fury available for Hermione as Envious makes himself known. He's gonna be running and gunning. There is a player in short. Oh, he's detained. Well, surprise there. He's like, oh, okay, I thought he's gonna miss there. He's gonna put the gun and actually get Kyojin. I think he's gonna let his feelings be known via the chat. 8 Crew still has the Astra Stars there. He will be taken out. His Drifter gets a frag on 8 Crew. Heal for Envious. 1 versus 2, but Hermione peaks at the right time. And Envious running out of time. He has to go back, and I think it's gone to the point of no return. Hermione knows it, and he's just sitting there like, you're not gonna win this. Dismiss away? Maybe no, he's out of the range. It's okay. I thought the spike was planted at the center. If it was, Envious would have died. But regardless, that was a really hectic round. 8-1's the scoreline, and well, Envious decent attempt at the clutch, but Hermione just sometimes being the clutch master in some of these scenarios. 8-1's the scoreline, and still buy around for both of teams. I mean, house buy for LRX, bit of a weird buy.
That's definitely an indication that they bought a phantom on the previous round. I don't think that phantom was saved by Drifter, was it? I don't think it was the case, but
No, he died.
yeah, I really wonder. Well, that's not the first time I saw that LRX are playing an assault rifle on eco rounds. Well, yeah, if you are feeling confident, you can definitely do that, but that is a huge gamble because if you're not winning gunfights with that gun, it is gonna be available in the hands of the enemies, most likely. And if not, you just lost a huge amount of threads in just in the water, nothing else. And the players of LRX, they are gonna be going for hyper aggressive plays this time around. They will find enough success with that as well. Envious is going to be able to pick up 2 from the side of the Seal Long area, and he's going to be making it PK for himself. There is going to be Drifter who will be drifting away, and he will get 1 on Hermione. Nice round coming from the side of LRX, but definitely could have been better if they had better guns. But still, they are not going to be having that much in their account. They will be having a round in their favor. They choose the score line, and definitely they are able to bring some economy and some momentum in their favor. Exceeli is still rich with their economy. They're going to be able to go for another full buy. And LRX, they will have to make these rounds count if they cannot. Well, 8-4 is also a commendable score line, but 9-3 and beyond, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, Kirito.
Yeah, with they have still have 6 rounds to come back to, and they have a good start winning those 2 rounds. They should try and give their best in these last 2 rounds before the side switch. Being able to win those will do them a big favor. And they have the opportunity, they have the bias right now. Their economy is a little bit stable. Exceelis are a little bit more, especially considering they are having the momentum
Uh-oh.
advantage. Oh, Zeno, if he goes to his cams now, he'll be seeing that red is really close. And he's ready for that shot, but oh, he actually gets the headshot. There is another player tagged. Yushki.
He knows.
You need to open that. Kyojin is there though. And he realizes he's able to run away, but still a 45. Ascension, the win was he brought down to so low of an HP. Didn't even realize only 13 to work with. And Envious though was clean
Spike
peek.
down.
He's gonna be able to get the frag and dismiss out. Missile on the other hand is gonna open up this B side. FBI is in the house as he's okay. Envious from behind. He knows that he's there. I think he saw the gun barrel. Envious now surrounded from all sides. He's gonna be spammed. At least the first going for the big. He's gonna go for the heal instead of the dismiss. I'm not sure which was the better option. But Hermione to end things up with a shot guard kill onto Ascension. I mean, these rounds are just
Last
now
round
like
in the
getting out of
half.
hand. Like, you
Absolutely.
can't really put logic in some of these on what some of the players are doing. But regardless, we are going to see Exceeli extending their lead last one before the side swap, and I think LRX, yeah, they're still able to go for buys, but half armor. Not what
Half
you want to see.
armor is gonna
And
be
some
available.
lack of utility as well. Yeah.
They will have that lack of utilities. They will also have a judge in the hands of Red. Well, but Red himself is not a bad player with that judge, so that is it. But he's gonna be dropping out there. Blisstyle along with his own counterpart, Miss also doing the same. So still doable, but they will have to make sure things are in their favor. But looks like that's not a part of the process here. Xeno's gonna be popping out a neural theft, and he will have absolute information where the players of Lariox are, but he will be shut down by Drifter. But now Drifter will have to drift away, and he will be able to make it happen most likely. But there is gonna be a Tom and Jerry chase coming from the side of Missile as he will shut him down with that Blaze Storm. Things are not
One
looking good for the
enemy
side of LRX, and now it's all up to Ascension in a 1v4. It's him versus the world, more or less. And Tenchu is gonna be most likely it's gonna be the split of the halftime, and
Planted.
if that is the case, Exceeli has already pulled it further and further in their favor. LRX will have to make sure that they are getting a couple of rounds in order to push to the third map, but it's really unlikely to happen this time around. Ascension does have a Out of Shadows, but definitely it's not a very okay.
Wow.
Someone please check the moss of that.
How
Solo.
does he know? How
Or maybe
does
maybe
he
Missile
know?
give the information. I think Missile give the information that okay, he is pulling up from somewhere, as he did secure 1 kill, but that's all he's gonna be able to make it happen. He's gonna be able to increase some of his KD ratio, but that is all he can do, because after this round there is no point of saving this gun, and there is some attempt of knifing, and they will find
Kyojin,
just
no.
that. Kyojin,
You
the
don't do
backstabber.
that. You
Well,
don't do that.
Switching
Kyojin.
sides.
Well, he just did that, and eventually 10 to the scoreline. Things are not looking very good in favor of LRX. They will need an absolute miracle to pull this off, and Exceeli, everything in their favor, being everything on the favor, they just might be able to close this off, and they might be able to win this best of 3 with a scoreline of 2-0, Kirito. Most likely it's gonna happen, but I'm still gonna be, keeping my hopes up for the side of LRX.
Well, it's gonna be difficult for LRX, especially right now. Exceeli are feeling so much more confident. They have a better defensive lineup as well with the Astra, with the Cypher as well. And the utility can be combined in a really great manner. But right now we see LRX, despite whatever happened in the first half, Exceeli is still looking really confident, but they are pushing towards the AC side right now, where we do only see a little bit of Cypher utility available. But the Astra can support from anywhere, as we see the side of LRX. Envy is actually checking out the garage, and the Cypher cam will actually spot a player. I think it
Will
was
not
the
tag
Jet
it.
or Red. It won't tag, but he will actually know that he's there. So the side of Exceeli, the defenders can be a little bit more ready that okay, we might have to actually pull these triggers in the meantime. But essentially, he's actually into the east side. Did he teleport through the wire? I'm not sure. I didn't even hear the TP, but essentially he is behind enemy lines. Envious finds a frag onto Zeno. The gravitation will working against him, and he will. No, Ascension actually fails that. He needs to at least hold on for a little bit of while, but Hate Crew is actually going to eliminate him. Envious though has a good position. If they don't check this angle, Exceeli. We do see Hate Crew going for the peak, but Hermione is there for the trade. Yushki with the follow-up onto Kyojin. 1 versus 3, 22 HP for Hermione, and the wall bank from Drifter. He's got those X-ray scans down to perfection. He's gonna hit the headshot. through the wall onto Hermione. Good start for them. I mean, it is still a long way to go, but good start. 10-3 the scoreline. They can go for those force buys and maybe give them one more round. Try and close the gap as much as they can.
Possibly, and possibly pushing it to the third map. And Lariox have earned themselves a breeding zone, because if they lost that pistol round, it would have been done and dusted for them, because Exceeli would have taken every single advantage out of the hats. But now Lariox, they can pull this off, and now after this round, they will have to be worried about the Byrons coming to the side of Exceeli. And if they can possibly make this anti-eco flawless, they will have an upper hand, because they already have good shields and, well, commendable guns, if I might. But Exceeli are playing it passive, and looks like they are going to be able to open things up, as Missile is going to be the first blood here from the thanks to Drifter here. But despite of getting flashed, I think he was flashed, he's going to be able to secure the kill onto Kyojin. So that is another good start from the side of Lariox, and Zeno is also going for somewhat aggressive plays, and he is also going to be paranoid, and he is also going to fall. And now it looks like we are looking down on a flawless round after all, ladies and gentlemen. And now that is going to be putting Lariox on a very solid lead, not necessarily a lead, but a position that they can bring this back and turn the tables around, because despite of Exceeli going for those full buys here, as it was a flawless round, they will be lacking some armor, potentially some utilities as well, and that can be something Lariox can take full advantage out of, as they are going for the full, the bonus round with the full armors here. They might have a better survivability against Exceeli, but they will have to win the gunfights here. Exceeli, they most likely are going to be going for head-on gunfights, but Lariox will have to make sure that they are using their armors in their favor. But it all comes down to the strategies of Exceeli as well, because these guys just do not miss shots. And
as
yeah,
you say that, the timing. I mean, someone check Presto's Moss maybe, I don't know, but we are
wow, all right.
gonna see. Exceeli, Ascension is actually gonna walk in. The recons are there. Zeno gets a frag. I mean, Ascension, he's just running around.
Oh my god!
Missile. He gets 3 there. A first one initially, and 3 more in the. I don't know. Okay, the missile is just like dropping my jaw every single round with some of these frags he's getting, and he's gonna have 4 for that round, bringing his team 1 away from the match point. In a really good economic state. Lariox though are going to be able to go for another buy. Operator for Red on attack is an interesting choice, but I mean, Red has been forcing for that operator quite whole management. Finding much success with it. Let's see if, I mean, it might be a little bit too late. And okay, yeah, Ascension, bye-bye.
Bad starts. But despite of that, we did see a trade-off coming up thanks to Red here. And Red is a very, very talented opper, so really does not deceive me. So 4 players available from both sides. Still, the attackers can go for a commitment, but they will have to make sure that they are winning this round, because other than if they cannot, Exceeli is going to be sitting very comfortably on match point of the second match, and they will just secure the crown. And not necessarily the crown, but they're going to make sure that they are going to be playing against Insurgent eSports tomorrow on the grand finals of the best of 5. And yeah, I'm pretty sure from Exceeli, they are really angry that Insurgent eSports just took their spot yesterday on the winners bracket the grand finals. So definitely that is going to be the case, and Zeno is going to be on a rampage here, and there is going to be a lot of kills in his favor. And looks like we are looking down to a near flawless round on the side of Exceeli. Red is going to be the last man standing with an operator in hand, but now he's going to be able to secure that. Okay, was that a no scope? I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, definitely it was, and he connected the shot thanks to that skin he has, and you know where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go into that, Zeno is going to be able to secure that kill onto Red. He's also going to be securing that operator. Look, the skin looks so good. Match point for Exceeli, and Lariox will have to make sure that they are putting everything they have in order to push it to the third map, which is really unlikely to happen with such a large gap. And as I was talking about that skin, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, trust me, skins give you skills, and if you want to find some more for yourself, why not check out our sponsors at Ravenclaw Coin Shop, and you will find the best pricing. And I mean, look at that Jet. He's actually also spectating that operator, because it looks so beautiful, because it's gonna be making sure that he gets 20% more accuracy. So he's gonna be making sure he does that, and you should do the same, ladies and gentlemen, because I mentioned multiple times, I'm gonna mention once again, your immortal match is not too far away.
Well, start from Exceeli, trade from Ascension, though still a 4 versus 4. They still have the Hunter's Free from Hermione. Exceeli can deny the bomb plan missile. Drifter, what are you doing there without your team? Envious is just get another trade. She just get Guardian Shard on Hermione. So what if I might say?
Nice.
I mean, actually not so what if. I mean, Hermione is top bragging for his team, and you should just see the same can't be set for him. Envious is gonna have the Empress active for him. They have the man count advantage. They do have proper weapons as well. I mean, Ascension, he can pick up a gun as well. Missile still is picking with the operator. Look at the patience from Envious. Still holding.
One enemy
He's
remaining.
gonna be waiting all day
Okay,
for
doable.
Kyojin. Kyojin is finally gonna get the flag. And okay, Missile, good start with the Blade Storm. He can try and go for the winning clutch over here. Bomb plant from Envious. And okay, he's gonna actually stop planting. Doesn't matter because Envious will get the shot onto Missile and get his triple kill for this matchup. 5-12 the scoreline, and I feel like LRX, they're just delaying the inevitable right now.
Yeah, they're
been-
just doing that. I can agree with you 100%. Actually, I'm gonna agree with you 500% with that. But inevitable or not, LRX is a very good team, and well, we did see Exceeli bring themselves back from the dead from the previous map, and now LRX might do the same. You never know. They are keeping themselves alive on the match point of their opponent, but definitely it is detrimental because one more mistake, it is gonna be all gone and done and dusted for them. But LRX might be able to make it happen. I'm just being optimistic for them. You never know. But now they are going for more or less a C execution, but the players of Exceeli are not giving too much of information. They're cutting off every possible entry points from Garage, from C-Long, and everything else. And I think they're pretty confident this is not going to be any execution because I do see the Cypher and the Jet pretty much leaving objective A in general. They're just focusing on B slightly just in case they go, if they go for a B execution, because last time they just did that. And they're pretty much confirmed that they are not going to be going for any execution because there is the Cypher choice lying around, and Ascension is going to be able to start things off for his team by eliminating that Sova. Sova, well, no more information is going to be popping out from their side, but there is going to be a punishment from the side of Kyojin as his fallen teammate died. Well, his teammate fell actually, that if I might. And now Zeno is heavily relying on the information onto the sewer area, but he's pretty close to that. Interesting camera location because usually you put the camera in front and you take a bit more safer location. But Red, he might just get Zeno off guard, but that might happen. That man. Okay, he does have a shotgun. That is something I didn't know, but he will just find success with that, and he also gonna be able to secure a gun for himself along with the neural threat. And things are gonna be very hard for LRX now. Missile is gonna be eliminating Rift, and now it's 2v4 situation. Not to mention the Reyna is low on HP. The flank itself will go down, but the flank is coming down from banana area. He will have to be alive, and he will have to make sure that he is making sure the clutch is happening. But that's not gonna be happening. Zeno is gonna be on the flank, and he will eliminate the Cypher and the Sova actually. And now there's a lot of time to go for the refusal, and the players of Exceeli, just being the players of Exceeli as they usually are, going for the friendship dances as they have confirmed their position on the grand finals against Insurgent eSports. And they're like, Insurgent eSports, you have defeated us once, but now we are coming back for you guys. This is gonna be a showtime of the eternity.
Well, Insurgent, one thing before we go into the finals tomorrow, I just want to say Exceeli are pissed. Exceeli are pissed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
After that insane of a best of 3 match yesterday, they are gonna be out for blood, and blood is what they found today on LRX. And 2-0 scoreline, really good performance on both matches, and absolutely destroying them on this map of Haven. I mean, they are one more step closer to revenge, and what better way to take the revenge than on a grand final stage for the title of the VBC champion? And I feel like Insurgents are definitely gonna be feeling a bit of a heat, like okay, maybe we should get ready, guys, because the finals is tomorrow, and not just Insurgent, not just Exceeli, we have to prepare as well, because tomorrow will be a best of 5 series between these two teams. So definitely check out the match tomorrow. Hopefully it will begin at around 8 p.m. on the Range.gg YouTube channel, and hopefully me, my friend Cresto, and maybe some others will be casting the matchup. So yeah, overall this match, that is for tomorrow. Back to this match, it is a really good match, but overall, I mean, I have to say Exceeli, they just dominated. They played coordinately. They played with good utility. I mean, in some cases, maybe they ignored utility because their gunplay was just so good today. They didn't really have to rely on utility that much. But overall, like LRX, they also lacked a bit of confidence today. I must say their utilities weren't good either, and some of the gunfights. I mean, NVS performed really well at the beginning, but later on, because of the team's confidence faltering, he also had to go through some, dark stages and could not be able to come back to the
That feels
matchup.
like depression somehow. That's
I mean, I don't know why I said darks. I mean, he had a lack of performance. He had a drop in the performance because of the overall team performance, right? That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, overall, like LRS need to work more as a team. Hopefully, we'll see them better in the future, as we always hope for all the teams.
Unfortunately, for the side of LRX, the Cinderella story will have to wait. But trust me, these guys really deserve a championship. And I really hope one day they will find themselves there. But till then, we'll have to wait. But tomorrow, we'll be seeing someone else getting crowned. Either it's going to be Exceeli or it's going to be Surgeon Esports. We cannot take sides now. It is going to be a best of 5. No luck is going to be favoring. It is going to be a tiring day, but definitely it is going to be full of hypes and so on. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's gather the hype for tomorrow. We're going to be taking a break so that we can break our throats tomorrow as well. Stay tuned, and the grand final is coming to you as fast as actually on tomorrow. So stay tuned.